Welcome back to the Chocolate City Sports Break. I'm your host, Sonny C. The Washington football team took it on the chin today by the Cleveland Browns, defeated them 34-20 on a winnable game that we could have won. And the reason why I say that is that Cleveland was ready to quit. Early in that second quarter, Cleveland was ready to throw in the white flag. However, they allowed Baker Mayfield, as I said the other day on the sports break, I said, if you allow this guy to get out, if you lose contain, he will get out the pocket, and then it becomes he's in backyard football mode. And if your coverage is not up to par, he's going to find an open receiver and hurt you with it. And that's what happened on the 3rd and 6 play early in that second quarter, when basically Cleveland didn't show anything all day offensively. Nothing. They got a couple first downs. They got a lucky score. Baker Mayfield was able to hit someone for a score. But for the most part, I wasn't impressed by Cleveland's performance. Now, they did what any good football team or professional football team would do when you get 3 gifts or 4 gifts in your hand. That one fumble by Antonio Gibson right before half, it's one of those things which made it 4 turnovers in the first half. But, Dwayne Haskins did not play well. He really looked like he was an inexperienced quarterback at times, staring down the receiver, being confused by coverages. They're giving you a cover 2 look. You fall right into the trap, and where was you throwing to? I don't know. And he later on admit that you wasn't staring down your receiver, but I didn't see you look off anybody. I didn't see you go into any other reads. I just saw you from the moment you got the ball. You stare down the barrel of the gun. So you stare down that safety, and you don't see the linebacker. So these are growing pains that the fans are going to have to get used to, because what I think Ron Rivera is going to do here on out, and there's another issue with the timeouts at the end of the game, but I'm not upset about that. But here's the issue. Fans are calling for Dwayne Haskins to be benched. That's understandable. So you bring who? Kyle Allen in? I've seen Kyle Allen throw about multiple interceptions, 3 or 4 interceptions. I think he even had a 5 interception game. So here's the question, and here's the dilemma. Would you rather bench Dwayne Haskins, bring in Kyle Allen? Obviously, Alex Smith is not ready to play at this moment. Would you rather bring in Kyle Allen and have him pretty much have a game here, have a game there? This guy's not going to be your starter. Or do you stick with Haskins, let him develop, just evaluate what he has, what he's bringing to the table, see how the team do going forward. They have a young team. Develop a chemistry and let it play itself out. If you ask me, I'm for the latter. Let it play itself out. You have to know who you have at quarterback. You have to know what you have at quarterback. And right now, Haskins in 3 games is not playing well at all. He's not playing well. There's flashes, but there's no consistency. His footwork is horrible. His mechanics are suspect at best. He's rushing throws. He's not getting proper footwork. He's sailing throws over people's heads. A simple out pass, a simple pass in the flat. He's rocketing the passes. Now, he made 2 beautiful throws for touchdowns. So, I believe you have to ride it out. He's a first-round draft pick. You have to see what you got. This coaching staff is not married to him. Now, do you go, there's other holes. Obviously, you need a tight end, a couple offensive linemen. Do you want to spend a first-round draft pick on a quarterback when you just spent another first-round draft pick on Dwayne Haskins? So do you let it play out, or do you let you see what you have, move on with Kyle Allen, and see if Haskins is able to play himself back to the number 1 spot, or do you just ride with Haskins going forward? Tough question. I believe Coach Rivera has a process. He's doing evaluations. And I believe he's going to see what he has as a football team. He wants to let it play itself out and see who he has as football players. He has a young team. Isaiah Wright came in today, number 83, played well. Young team. Antonio Gandy Golden. You have to make that catch. You had one running play for 20-some yards, got your welcome to the NFL moment by Joseph. But he's trying to make a name for himself in the NFL. So you got to go with Haskins at this moment, and he might surprise you. He had a bad game today. People have bad games. This is growing pains. But the Browns, don't get it twisted. The Browns did not impress me one iota. Now, they did what I thought they were going to do. They ran the ball down our throat. I said if we couldn't stop the run, this is what was going to happen. Nick Chubbs, I said he has a wiggle to him. I said he has speed. Now, when he figured out the cutback that we was giving to him from day one of the game, he missed on one for a big opportunity, but he didn't. He's a smart guy. Someone on that bench, somebody on the coaching staff told him, look, play the cutback. He was able to cut back a couple of times, and it gashed us. So, I told you that. I said, if we don't stop the run, it could be a long, brutal, tough game. And it was. They wore us down in the fourth quarter. They wore us down. When them big offensive linemen get the eating and get the, how John Madden used to say, get the grunting and hawking. They love it. They love the maul. And they got 2 backs that they can maul you down. And I think they finished with maybe close to 200 yards rushing. I'm not sure. But they were up there. When I get the stats tomorrow, I'll know. I want to take a look at all the stats first, and also the film. Again, our back end, our corners played well. We played well. Fuller was able to play well. Kendall Fuller played pretty good. Darby is playing well. They didn't get, no one got behind them. They had to respect the speed of Jarvis and Odell Beckham Jr. They was able to contain them somewhat. They didn't hurt them big. I mean, they hurt them on some first downs. That's because we broke containment on Baker Mayfield. And like I said, he goes into backyard football mode. He's able to, that's his talent. He's able to hit these guys while he's running. He's one of those quarterbacks can hurt you while he's on the run with the football. And he did today. But other than that, they took the ball out of his hand and gave it to the running backs. Why would I put it in Baker Mayfield's hand when we could secure victory by running the ball, which they did. They established their will in the second half running the ball. Our defense was put in a tough position today, 3 times. No excuses though. If you want to be an elite defense, you got to keep them to field goals. You can't give up. You know, you just can't give up the touchdowns and expect to stay in this game. Our defense, I know, is unfair. I know it's this, but it's defense, and we just got to get better. We just cannot allow them to just get a turnover and just convert them into touchdowns. We got to contain them to field goals, at least one field goal. Two field goals would be nice. 3 field goals would be a pleasant surprise, but to give up 3 touchdowns, but I'm not going to kill the defense. But our safety play, as far as I'm concerned, thus far this year has been disappointing. And I expect the safety play to get better going forward. Landon Collins, I expect you to get better going forward. Troy Apke, I expect you to get better. I expect you to make tackles when you're in the area to make the tackle. You're out of position every time on your breakdowns, and I know this is the NFL, but you are a starting free safety in the NFL. Make plays. I do credit you, though, Troy Apke, for the, even though Baker Mayfield just threw that ball up for a pass deflection. Odell Beckham Jr. was able to knock it out your hands. But let's get better, please. Along with Landon, let's get better. We did lose Chase Young, a growing injury. That hurts. And you're probably looking day to day. Might as well mark down a month. Growing injuries are tricky. I'm telling you, if you rush them back and this thing get worse, it could be a year-long thing. These things are tricky. So he wasn't able to return. Matt Ioannidis, he went out. I don't know if it's a leg injury. I don't know exactly what the issue is with him, but it didn't look good. And once he got out, we didn't have much of a pass rush, not a consistent one, because Matt Ioannidis do so many things well on that defensive line. He gives us that push. He's able to spin off and make these unbelievable kind of moves. His strength is incredible to get pushing people in the backfield. And he's able to pick up some quarterback sacks. He had 1 or 2. He was a sack away. He's just nearly almost got a sack on Baker Mayfield on that crucial play. Baker got away though. This was a game that was winnable, but I'm not going to lose too much sleep on this game. We got Baltimore coming in. I expect us to be coached up very well for this football game. I expect our defense to be very well coached up for this football game. They know what the task is that's before them. They know that they have that bad man at the quarterback position in Lamar Jackson, the reigning MVP of the league. It's a rivalry game. So this is for bragging rights. So, it's a big game. And, man, we got to get it. It's going to be a tough task, but we have to get this win coming up against Baltimore. God, then after Baltimore, you got the Rams. I'm not going too far into the schedule. We play one game. Baltimore, that's all I'm worried about now. The Cleveland game is over with. I will address some more nitpicking in future videos regarding, just as a wrap up. But this game, I had it, my prediction, as you know, was 24-17 Washington football team winning. But I thought we had them. And turnovers will get you beat. But I don't care if you was playing Georgetown Hoyas football team, a Division III football team. You give a team 4 turnovers, and I can pretty much predict who's going to win that game. So it's a tough one, fans. So we got to eat this one. We got to own it. Get coached up. Hope the players get into their film studies early Monday. Stay consistent. Dwayne's got to get better. You have to get better, dude. Your footwork has to improve. Your accuracy, your touch on the football, you have to improve this. You have to work on these. You're just not being effective out there. So you did do some things well. But we need you to be big for us, brother. We need you to be big for us going forward. That's it for me, and thank you for watching this edition of Chocolate City Sports Break. Tune in tomorrow, folks. I'll have more of a less emotional review. Thanks for watching.